everybody. Welcome to Oasis Online. We want to say happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there, and we're so happy that you guys are all joining us today. It's going to be a great day together.
Yes, it's going to be an amazing service. Happy Mother's Day, moms. Just join us in worship this morning.
Just wanna be where you are. rescued us and that has changed us, God, and is changing us still, God, because your love is the strongest force in our lives, God. And God, today we are so grateful that your love never gives up on us, that your love never fails us. God, that there's no mountain too high, there's no valley too low. God, there's nothing that you wouldn't do to get through to us and to pour out your love upon us. And so, God, today we just thank you. We thank you for that love that you have for us, God. Thank you, Jesus. Well, today, I just hope that you've experienced God's love for you already. And I hope that you can just feel and know how much he loves you today. He loves you with all of his heart, and he loves you so much. So welcome today to Oasis. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms. We have another mom on stage here with us, and we just want to say Happy Mother's Day to all of you guys. Moms, you are so special. Dads, you're special too, but today we're celebrating our moms today. And we have a really special service for you. Pastor Karen is going to be with us, and we have some other moms who are going to just share some stories and life lessons, and it's just going to be a great day together. So get your family together. Everyone's going to enjoy this, and just enjoy the rest of this service.
Well, happy Mother's Day!
Happy Mother's Day, everyone!
We are so excited to be here with you guys today. Today is a super special day. All three of us here today, we are moms. And we're just excited. We're going to be here with you, just talking with you, sharing stories about motherhood. And we just really hope that it encourages everyone who's watching, moms, dads, if you're a kid, because today is just a real special day for moms, all right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we're excited. So really quick, I want to just have us all introduce ourselves so everybody knows who we are. So we'll start with you, Kelly.
Hi, I'm Kelly. I'm a new mom. I've been a mom for 4 months, so I'm new in the game, but I'm here and it's my first Mother's Day.
That is awesome. Yes, what's one of your favorite things? I know you're a new mom, but so far, what's one of your favorite things about Mother's Day?
Oh man, I'm just really excited to have a Mother's Day. I was actually pregnant last Mother's Day and nobody knew, and so it was kind of like a little secret, and so I'm really excited to be able to celebrate and just enjoy Mother's Day this year.
That's awesome.
be
I'm so
awesome.
excited for you. It's
Yeah.
just it's such a great day. Well, I'm Karina, and I've been a mom for 8 years, almost 9. I have 3 kids, 3 awesome, incredible angels. They're not always angels, but they're still awesome.
They're pretty awesome.
And one of my favorite things about Mother's Day is just seeing my kids like show me how they love me in their own little way. And it's just the cutest thing, you know, the things that they come up with, the things that they say, the cards that they make. It's just so cute because they're so little. So that's one of my favorite things.
That's so
Go ahead.
Well, I'm Karen, and I've actually been a mom for 40 years this month.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a long
That's
time.
awesome.
40.
Yeah.
But I love Mother's Day, and one of my favorite things that I like about Mother's Day is that somehow my husband taught all of my 3 girls, I have 3 daughters, that I'm the queen on Mother's Day. And let me tell you, I've learned how to do that special wave that the queen does. It's awesome. And they just speak into my life, and they do special things for me. And every year it gets better and better. And now that I have 9 grandchildren, my grandkids are starting to do that. So it's really cool. So I definitely say thumbs up to my husband, John.
Yeah, way to go, Dad. For those of you who don't know, this is my mom, and so I'm one of her daughters, and I can definitely say that I also love Mother's Day because I get to shower my mom because she's just so incredible. So awesome. Well, we wanted to also kind of start out with some fun stuff. Moms, we want to make you laugh. We want to make everybody laugh today, but especially moms. So we want to share some funny memes that we've picked out, that some of our moms in our church family have picked out. So the first one I want to share with you guys is one of my personal favorites, and it says this. It says, "Don't be so hard on yourself. The mom in E.T. had an alien living in her house for days, and she never even noticed."
That's so cool.
When I read that for the very first time, I was like, you know, I'm doing a good job.
You are. You are. That was one of my favorite movies, E.T.
Oh yeah, that's a great one. Another one that I can so super relate to is never let mom go to the toilet alone. She might do something fun in there, and we could miss out. Said every kid ever.
That's so cool.
There's just something about going to the bathroom that kids just can't handle it. They have to go see what mom is doing.
That's so
I don't
cool.
understand it, but it is so true.
Yeah.
So something to look forward to, Kelly.
I mean, already.
Well, my recommendation is to lock the door.
Oh my
good
gosh.
one. Mine would be, we can all look good at the same time. It's either me, the kids, or the house. And that is super relatable because before I had my baby, my house was clean. I looked good. I'm a hairstylist, so I put time into it.
Yeah.
And now it's like pick one, pick my battles. And so today it was
good.
looking good.
That's really
You
good,
look
and you
great.
do. You look amazing. Well, mine is, you know you're a mom when you have been washing the same load of laundry for 3 days because you keep forgetting to put it in the dryer. Oh my gosh, I did that so
Yeah.
many times.
So
And you
true.
know, I thought I finally got over that because, you know, everything's settled down now that my children and I are not at home. But I found a laundry that I had left in there for 2 days recently.
Oh no!
I must have been
It's so
super
real.
busy with my husband.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So it seems like maybe it's just a pattern we set in, and even
Yeah.
when the kids aren't there, we still do
Yeah,
it
you do.
sometimes. That's
Yeah,
so funny.
it is funny.
I know I've definitely done that before, and my husband's been like sitting down, and he's been like, "Did you leave the shirt in the laundry too long?" And I'm like, "Let me smell it." And I'm like, "Yeah, definitely." And he's like, "I gotta change my shirt."
That happens, yeah. Oh my goodness.
So being a mom is so much fun. It's a lot of work. It's one of those things that there's just so many emotions and things all balled up into it. But I think that that's part of the beauty of being a mom.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, we want to talk to you guys just about some cool things that us as moms in our stage of life, where we're at or what we've learned and how we do things. And we just hope today that it just blesses all of you and just encourages you. So we all know that we've been kind of all in quarantine right now, okay? And so we know that everyone is adjusting and has had to adjust to that. Moms, dads, singles, everyone's had to make a lot of crazy adjustments. But since it's Mother's Day, we wanted to kind of share a little bit about some of the adjustments and funny things maybe that have even happened to us during quarantine time, because when you have kids at home, it is a very big adjustment there. So Kelly, is there anything that you've experienced during this time that's been a little different? I know you have a little itty bitty one, but there's been adjustments that you've faced.
Yeah, definitely. There has been adjustments. Ever since having her, there has been adjustments, and throwing quarantine into the middle of it was pretty crazy, and I know you guys can relate. Just, you know, being home and working, I work from home, so I had a schedule and I had things going, but I'm there with my baby Zion like all day. So I remember one time I was like running around, and my husband takes care of her on Wednesday so I can get some work done. So I was like, I got this. I ate breakfast. I was getting my work done and trying to get some house stuff done like along the way.
Yeah.
And my husband does not like changing poopy diapers. So, but what guy does, right? So I remember he like smelled her and was like, did Zion poop her pants? And I was like, I don't know, Brandon, can you just check? Like, I'm so busy
That's
right
so
now.
good.
Like, I'm trying to be productive and efficient. And I was like, I got this. Like, I was on a roll, so I like stuck my hand in there. I was like, let me see. And as soon as I stuck my hand in, it was like
my
straight in poop.
Oh no, we've all
I
done
pulled
something
my hand
like
out,
that.
and I was like,
You're
well,
like,
good thing I can't get my nose done right now. So I just
my
like washed my
gosh.
hands. I was
Oh
like,
my
you know what?
goodness.
Gonna keep rolling with it. I got it, and I changed the diaper. But I mean, it's been fun. It's been a good transition, and thankfully my husband has been helping me out a lot.
That's
and
awesome.
it's like it's helping me adjust a lot better.
good.
That's
So,
great. That's so great.
That's good.
Well, as I said before, I have 3 little ones. They're 8, 6, and 2. No, 3. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, 2 mom moment there. And so I have 2 in school. So obviously, like when they first told us, like, hey, you're gonna be staying home from school for 2 weeks, I was like, oh my gosh, like, okay, 2 weeks, I can handle this. I'm super, like, I'm a very organized type person. I'm like, let's make this schedule. I'm going to even put creative time in there. I'm going to have craft time. I'm going to be the best homeschool mom. And I really strongly did believe that. And, you know, I've been doing my best, but I think we can all relate, especially those of us who have kids that we've had to homeschool, that after that 2-week pass and they're like, okay, it's gonna be the rest of the school year. You're like, oh my gosh, like I mentally wasn't ready.
Yeah.
And I definitely had like a
course,
week
yeah.
of like kind of sulking and complaining and just like almost kind of feeling like, you know, they've learned enough this year. They don't need, I think they're good. Like they're good. They're so good. It's the end of the year. I think I'm just going to wrap it up. But I just had to accept it as a mom because these are my kids and this is a time that they needed me to step in. And our teachers have been great, but you know, you as a mom, you have to help facilitate also.
Sure.
And so I had to mentally just like adjust to that. And I had to accept like, this is reality right now. Like, you have what it takes. You can do this.
Good.
Pull up your big girl pants, so to speak, and just let's get this done.
Yeah.
But it was a big adjustment. But thank God we're almost done.
Yes, we are. We are. Oh
Been
my
summer.
gosh.
Yeah.
Those are great stories, you guys. Well, it's a little different for me because I don't have young children at home. Of course, I have all my grandchildren, and I love to see them all the time. So during this time, I have not been able to see them as much. And, that's hard for me. But I really want to address the balance issue. We talked about how when all of this happened, as moms, do we balance everything? And I remember as a young mom, actually, I was 22 years old when I first had my first baby. I just didn't know how to do it. It was such a learning curve, and I just was like trying to read and up on it and try to figure it out and try to incorporate my husband's role and my role, and it was just overwhelming. And so, when I found out, I know, overwhelming is not even a good descriptive word. I mean, it's a partial description, you know. So anyways, but when I heard that my daughter, the one that lives here close to me, that she had to suddenly start homeschooling and, learning the Zoom and, teaching the kids how to use the computer and all of these things, something just clicked in me. And, again, it's that sacrificial thing that moms just do because of our love for children. And I just thought, what can I do for my daughter? I mean, she needs me. And so I would be constantly calling her and saying, are you okay? And my other two daughters who live a little further away, one in South Texas, the other in California, and just checking on them and saying, can I be there? And it's so funny, my youngest one, she would just call me and be like, I just need to talk. And I know what that means as a mom. I just needed to listen to her and always just encourage. Encourage. So again, my role has changed, but I'm still a mom to my daughters, and there is a great need of friendship and encouragement. So that's kind of what I was doing, right?
That's awesome.
During this time.
Yeah, for sure. And I can definitely attest to that. She's been a big help for me, for sure, and for my kids. She has really helped with that. So, that's awesome. And I think that as moms, it's just something that we learn how to adjust. We learn how to adapt, because a lot of times we just have to, because we see that there's little people, or in your case, bigger people like me, that are just counting on you and looking to you as mom. And so I think that that's awesome, all the adjustments we've been making. We know some of you out there have been making those too, and we are proud of you. You are doing it.
Stay strong.
And just remember that, I mean, it's not really that big of a relief because summer's almost here. Your kids are still but you won't have to schedule those Zoom calls and, give up your computer for your kids' meetings.
That's so fun.
Which I think is so funny right now,
but necessary.
Yeah, for sure. But another thing we wanted to talk about that is so important, and it kind of touched on a little bit of that balance that you were talking about, is how important self-care is for moms.
It is,
A lot of times it is not on our priority list, but I've been a mom for 8 years. I've learned that it really needs to be. It really should be, even if it's hard. So I wanted us to share kind of what we do, what works for us, maybe what's working right now that we do to help prioritize self-care for us. So Kelly, go ahead and share with us.
Oh, self-care. That's a new one. Like I said, I used to have a lot of time before. So coming into having a baby, I think there was one point at the beginning that I was like, I forgot what day it was, and I don't think I've even showered. So I was like, I need to get it together.
That's so real.
Sometimes, I'm getting into the groove of things, and my self-care sometimes looks like getting a cup of coffee and taking a sip and being like, I got this today. And so, but I mean, it's self-care, and I know that the teamwork with my husband is what keeps me going. Before I got pregnant, I told him, I was like, listen, I want to be the mom who does her hair, who does her makeup. I was like, if you do one thing for me, is that you take care of Zion. so that I can get ready, and he has, and he's a great husband, and that's given me the time to be able to be a good mom and a good wife and a good friend too, because there's friendships that I still need to pour into. So.
That's good.
That's awesome. Well, for me, I find that when I wake up early before the house, to be very raw honest, I do not do it every day because sometimes I just can't, or I just don't want to.
Too tired.
Yeah, too tired. But when I wake up early before the house, before the kids, I make my coffee. I get my book or I get my Bible, and I just sit, and I just. A lot of times it's even in darkness. I just sit so I don't wake anybody up by light. I'm sitting in the darkness, and I have a little light that I'm reading by, and it just helps me set my day. It helps me set my day. It helps me mentally feel like I had my me time. And I think also I have learned to make sure that I communicate well with my husband when I need my time. I think that there has to be a lot of balance with that. You know, I think sometimes as women, at least for me, I'm like, well, my husband should always notice when I need me time. And then he should come and serve it to me on a silver platter.
Don't we all think that?
And don't get me wrong, he definitely does do that at times, but he doesn't do it every time because it's impossible to know every time.
Absolutely.
And so I've had to learn that there are times that I need to just go to him and be like, I need like 30 minutes. Can you just keep the kids downstairs? I'm going to be locked in the room just doing whatever for 30 minutes. I just need my me time. Or, hey, I'm going to the store. I like to go to Target and just walk around. I got that from her. She checks the end caps for the sale items, and that's what I do.
That's good.
So sometimes you just have to ask for that me time. And just my last thing that I think a lot of us overlook too as moms is find time to exercise.
Oh, that's good.
Exercise, it builds your energy. It also gives you time away from the kids if you need it.
It gives you encouragement.
And
Free babysitting.
Whether it's at the gym or just going for a walk or something, find time to exercise because you need that for you, for your body, for your mind, and it really does make a big difference. So that's what I do.
That's great. I pray a lot when I walk.
Awesome.
I do say when I walk. Well, anyways, I just want to tell a quick story. Again, it's been 40 years since I had my first baby, but I do remember the pressures and, the baby takes precedence over everything, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
So I just remember
You're running the house.
Yes. At times my husband would be traveling or be working, and, I was trying to juggle everything. So I remember specifically this time that I was preparing to go out. I needed to shower. I needed to get ready. And, it was a very short time that I
have to shower for this.
Yes, I
outing.
do. I have to shower for this because I'm going to be around
Can't
people.
push it any longer.
So my baby was just crying. It was my oldest one. And she was crying and crying. And you know how they just need to be held. Nothing else comforts them.
Yeah.
So it was one of those times. So I just brought the baby chair over next to the shower. And I was talking in the shower to her. And so she was crying and crying. And all of a sudden, I just did this. Out of the curtain, it was a shower curtain, came a little hand. Eensy beensy spider went up the water spout, and I'm showering. Down came the rain, and she stopped.
Oh my
So
goodness.
it's just so cute because we do whatever it takes to minister and love our kids.
Yeah.
And that's such a great sacrifice. But self-care, I'd say the biggest thing is to speak into my soul, to let God speak into my soul.
That's so good.
My mind, my will, and my emotions. To take that time to make sure that I'm really filling myself back up so that I can give back out to my family. Because a lot of times, and even today, I hear my daughter say, I'm so tired. And that is what I said all the time. I was like, why am I so tired? And I hear them saying it, and it's just because we are. As moms, we are just tired. So if you fill yourself back up, you get strengthened, it allows you to go on.
Yeah,
And,
for sure.
so I would just say that worked really well for me. And Also, I love what you shared about your husband, because that I believe that that's something that we taught our daughters, that you just need to communicate with your husband and make sure that you're just saying, you know, I just need some time.
Yeah.
I need some time, even if it's an hour. And you just go out, you do something, you sit, you just do something that's going to speak into you.
Right.
And it's so
good.
important. And, you know, sometimes husbands are not used to that, but I think that if we communicate and we kind of let them know what the result is going to be when we have that time away, I think they're going to be for it, and they're going to really cooperate.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's so good. That's so good. Another thing that just came to me, and then we'll move on to the next one, is, you know, moms, we're all busy, and we all have stuff pulling at us and calling at us. But don't forget to make time for your friendships, because your friendships, I think, are a big part of self-care. You know, I have a couple of friends that just, when I talk to them, it just fills my heart. And once you actually do it, you know, you're like, man, this was like the best part of my day, you know? And just be there for each other, especially your mom friends, because like they just get it. But make time for your mom friends, or all your friends. But God gives us friends to help fill us. And that's a big part of self-care, is still making time for those friendships. So yeah, very good, very good. Well, I want to switch gears a little bit to kind of get a little more sentimental, go a little deeper here. We all know that moms have a very beautiful purpose. And so I wanted just to, for us to share, what do you see your purpose is as a mom, and how do you walk that out? How do you live that right now? Go ahead, Kelly.
Oh man, that's a deep one. If I can be totally honest, I think that's something that I'm still trying to figure out.
Sure.
You know, you come into motherhood and you have all these expectations. You're like, I'm gonna, you know, breastfeed for the whole year, and then I'm gonna like take care of her and spend time, and I'm gonna be a great mom. We have a nap schedule, have a great purpose, and then like reality hits you, and you're like, oh man, like this is a lot. And so I think I'm still trying to figure that out, but for me right now, it kind of looks like changing a lot of diapers, feeding every 3 hours, and like just being there for my baby. I know that doing those things is setting a foundation for her. You know, it's helping her realize she needs naps. You know, I'm going to be there for her and feed her when she needs food, and that she can trust me that I'm going to look out for her best interests. And so that's just kind of my purpose right now, and it's a season, and I know that's going to change when she gets a little older, but that's where I'm at.
That's good, because that nurturing aspect of a mom giving to her child is so huge. So that's great. You're doing everything.
You're doing it, girl.
You
You got this. You got it.
One day at a time.
That's good.
I love that. That's so beautiful, because that's the season that you're in right now, and we all have different seasons of life. And the season that I'm in right now, there's just, my purpose is, I see it's just a lot of teaching, a lot of instruction. They're little, you know, we're setting foundation for those teenage years to come. You know, with one of mine pretty soon, she's like in that preteen stage, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But so it's just a lot of teaching, loving, nurturing, even teaching them how to work through their emotions. You know, I find myself, my two oldest are two girls, and I find myself a lot of times saying, well, how did that make you feel? You know, well, go tell your sister how that made you feel, you know. So there's just a lot of that going on, but I'm embracing it, and it's a lot of work. It's nonstop, but it's building their foundation to become a little, you know, human. What about you?
Well, when I was home, I mean, not when I was home, when my children were home, you know, my purpose was to make sure that they were equipped to be successful. And I wanted to make sure that their lives were based on principles. So that was really a huge aspect of the training that my husband and I had. Also, as a mom, I just feel it's real important. My purpose is to make sure that they understand their gifting, because I believe that God has given us all gifts. And to recognize those and to nurture that gift even at a very small age, so that as they grow, they're going to feel comfortable, they're going to know what their gift is, they're going to feel secure in it. So I think that's really, really important.
It's awesome.
And
so important.
so the other thing I just wanted to say is to the moms that are kind of where I'm at right now. Your kids have grown out of the house and grown up and you know, moved out of the house, and there is a transition there. And we have to remember that we still have purpose as moms. As you can see, you know, my daughters still need me. They love to be with me. They look for me. I look for them. But also, there is this place where you begin to do the same thing that you did with your children, and you do it to your grandchildren. You know, again, just taking those teaching moments and making sure that they see God in me. That's huge for me. I love the aspect of being needed, and I just want to tell you, women, that, you know, your children are not in the home anymore. You are very needed, and they are looking for you. The great thing is that we get to have all the fun now, and they get to do the work. I have so many stories to tell you, but that will be another time. Yes, and it's just a great season for me, and I hope that you embrace it also and enjoy this season, because it's just a fabulous season.
Yeah, that's so good. That's really true. Thank you for sharing that. You know, I think that moms, our purpose is sometimes, for me, it feels very heavy, you know, because the way I see it is that there's a person that, you know, me and of course my husband, because we're a team, and we're going to talk about that, but that we're forming a person, you know, we're teaching a person how to be and how to act and how to love and how to be when you're angry or you're mad or you're jealous. And but I think that's where God comes in, because it just does feel so overwhelming sometimes. But when I go to my source, which is God, I know that where I falter, that God's going to fill in those holes. I know when I'm faced with those situations that I'm like, what do I do with this? That God's gonna show me what to do, and that God's also gonna minister to my children. And for me, that's a huge relief, that it really isn't all on my shoulders and my husband's shoulders, that God has them in the palm of their hands too. And so I just want to say that as an encouragement to us, to those of you watching, to remember that God is your source, and that he's going to be there and help you fulfill that purpose. And he's a part of that purpose too.
Absolutely.
So, so next, I want us to share kind of how we work together with our husbands, with our spouses, to have teamwork with being a parent. And I do just want to say that if there are any single moms out there that are watching and listening today, to just be encouraged, because God sees you, and God's going to give you both of those aspects that you need. And just like I just said, God is going to be that extra source for your children when maybe you feel like you don't have it. So just to remember that. But I do want us to share how we team up with our husbands to get this done.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh man, I don't know what I would do without Brandon. Honestly, like he is,
You wouldn't survive.
I really wouldn't, honestly. Like, you know, I mean, I would. I know a lot of moms out there, you do survive, and I honor you guys so much for what you do. But I mean, my husband helps me out so much, and I know that starting off, just telling him what my goals and my dreams are, you know, he has kind of partnered with me and reminded me of those things when I've kind of forgotten, you know. He encourages me when things get hard, and he just reminds me that I'm still my own person, that I have great purpose, and that everything that I'm doing is going towards that. And that helps a lot when you can kind of see outside the picture of your everyday.
Yeah,
so.
That's good.
That's really
Very
good.
good.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, for me and my husband, we've been married for almost 11 years. And we've tried a lot of different things, you know, because having 3 kids at the stage that we're at now, it just seems like, for me, sometimes I feel like that circus performer with like standing on the ball with one leg out, and I have like 12 or 20 plates spinning at one time.
The juggler.
And it's like, it's like, don't
12
drop.
or 50, you know?
Yeah, 12 or 50. Don't drop one, because even if you keep all of them spinning, but you drop one, you failed. Like, that's my mentality sometimes, you know.
We do feel that way sometimes.
Yeah, which is, you know, like super unrealistic. But hey, we're growing still, right?
Yes.
But teamwork is something so important, because when we work together as a team, it helps me be the best mom I can be, and it helps him be the best dad he can be, and the best wife and the best husband. And so that's why it's so important. So right now we've created a schedule, which seems to help us in our situation. We have morning shifts. that we take turns with, and the morning shift is waking up with our little one that wakes up super early and doing breakfast and taking care of the kids in the morning. So the other one just kind of has a minute, right? But I think another big, huge thing is just communication, being on the same page about each kid, how we're disciplining each kid, how we're loving each kid, how's each kid doing. And so just having a lot of those late night talks of being on the same page. So, but teamwork really does make the dream work, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's really good.
What about you?
Well, in the very beginning of our marriage, we saw that it was going to be super important to be a team, that it's a together thing. And so we've been functioning as a team for a lot of years, have learned a lot of things. But basically what it does is it completes and complements. We complement each other, because my husband brings a set of skills, a set of gifts. I bring a set of skills, a set of gifts, and when we team those together, it just creates something huge, and it creates a united front. It's just this wonderful strength, that everyone's on the same page. We have the same vision. Our future looks good because we're moving forward together as a team. And I do want to say that the time that this was probably the most important was the teenage years. My husband is really, really good one-on-one and just really talking and getting into the heart in the matter of my daughters. I'm a little different. I'm a little more social, and kind of I'm the one that brings the family together and creates all the fun issues.
You're the cool mom.
Yeah, I'm a cool mom. Yeah, lots of fun
party
things.
mom.
Yeah, and so there we go. There's two things that we can complement. So the atmosphere is fun, and it's not to say that I can't do the other or he can't.
Right.
But we kind of those are our gifts. So it just creates this great synergy.
That's good.
So, but during the teen years, I really needed him, and I guess I'm just going to say that to you, dads. We need you. We need you. We need you, and it's good for us to communicate what we need. And I think that when we finally get to that place where we're moving together, and it's kind of like a dance that we do, it just creates a very strong family. And before I end, I just want to say this, that if you are a single mom, you are my hero. You're my heroes, or heroine, as you call it, heroines, or it doesn't matter. You guys are amazing. And there is this principle in God's word that talks about God being your husband. So the exact things that you need, that God is there.
That's right.
Right there for you. Everything that we talked about our physical husbands, well, God becomes that until you get married again, or maybe you will live a single life for the rest of your life, but you're never going to be alone.
That's right.
That's true.
That's so good. That's so good. Yeah. Man, working together is so important. And, the kids see it, too. When I know there's definitely been times that we have not, my husband and I, we've not been working smoothly well. Our dance has been like, I don't know, like a fight dance, like a dance-off. What do you call it?
Stepping on each other's toes.
Like a dance-off, man. But the biggest thing is that you get there. You go back to that smooth dance. I love that you said that. That's such a good analogy. And the kids see it, and so there's sometimes that my kids will be like, yep, teamwork makes the dream work, like they know it when they see us working together, so we just want to encourage you to find your way to get there. If you're not there, find your way to get there and have those talks together, because it really is a beautiful thing, and it just creates a nice harmony within the home and within your marriage. And sometimes it's even can be an opportunity for healing and conversation. Mom, maybe you don't feel like you have a teammate right now, or maybe you do, but there's adjustments, or maybe you've just never had that conversation. So just have it, because it's never gonna be what you want it to be until you step out and have that. And trust me, he wants to be that, but maybe he just doesn't know how or doesn't know what you need. So communication. Man, that was for somebody.
That was. It was for all of us, really. We've all been there.
Yeah, very, very, very true. So, well, ladies, I just want us to wrap up. And if you guys could just say one or two quick statements to leave our moms and everyone that's watching to feel empowered, strengthened, and equipped from here on out. So go ahead, Kelly.
I guess what I can share is that you are enough. When you are doing everything and you feel overwhelmed, you are enough. And there's giftings and there's things that God has put inside of you that you're still trying to figure out, but they're there and they're in you and they're going to come out with every situation. So hang in there, Mom. You got this. It's a season and it only gets better. So
yeah, that's so good. I want to just say that God sees you, even when you feel like you're unseen, that God sees you. And here I am getting emotional in front of everybody.
We all need to hear that.
It's good to do that.
And that you already have every single thing inside of you, Mom, that you need. And God made you super unique. He didn't make you like the mom next to you or the mom next door or the mom on Facebook or Instagram that you see all the time that seems like she has it all together. First of all, she doesn't. Nobody does. Okay, but God made you to be you. And God gave you your kids because they needed you. So remember that you have what it takes. You got this, Mom.
That's good. One of my goals.
One
of my goals is that we were going to make you laugh and we were going to make you cry.
She wants to make you cry all the time.
Done and done.
But I just want to say that there is a Holy Spirit in you. There's a part of God inside you that resides in you that is going to be your guide, your strength, your everything.
Right.
So you're never alone. And I know that whatever comes your way, that God is there for you. That very presence of God is there, pushing you through, helping you through. Helping you learn when you made a mistake to learn from it and move forward. So I just say everything that you need to be a mom is in you. Draw from it.
That's right.
And love your God with all your heart. Love your family. You have everything in you to be successful.
That's right.
We love you, and I just want to tell you, girl, you got
this. You got this. So we just want to wish you all a happy Mother's Day. See you later.
Bye.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Miss you, love you, all the way from California.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Love you.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom. I love you.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Love you.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Love you.
Happy Mother's Day. I love you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. Love you, Mom. Bye. Happy Mother's Day. I love you.
We want to just thank you for all of you who have been able to continue to be faithful with your tithes and offerings. It has helped us to just continue to maintain things here at Oasis and also to be a blessing to those during this time that have been in need. So thank you so much and continue to do so. I want to remind you that you can give online at our website. You can also give through our app, which is super easy, or even easier, you can just click on the link below and it'll take you right to where you can give. So I want to share this scripture with you in 2 Corinthians 9:7, and it's so simple, and it says that God loves a cheerful giver. And I love that because it shows me that God knows that when someone's giving cheerfully, they understand that God's blessing is coming their way. So I want to just remind you today and encourage you to be that cheerful giver because God is going to pour out blessings upon you. that was so fun just to be together and to talk together. We hope that everybody just really enjoyed that and that you can pull something from that this week. If you're a mom, be encouraged. If you're a dad, be encouraged. If you're a kid, call your mom and just bless her today. So we just hope that you guys all have a really great rest of the day.
Enjoy your day. Mom, you are special. I hope you feel like a queen today, and have a great Mother's Day.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.